So I want to start up with the what I call as the AI experience gap. Joe showed us the Claude demo, right, where you could use the AI tool to perform all the different operations. That's awesome. That's what employees and everybody wants to use, right? The tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, etc. But enterprises today or institutions are not ready to provide those tools to the employees or for the people to start using them. It's not about lack of motivation or an interest, it's the architecture. And I think the poll questions directly answered those. Many of y'all, in fact, that was the top one that came up from the polling results, was around governance, security, and compliance concerns, where the security team is not willing to open these up for them. So, this mismatch of the AI experience gap that I'm talking about, right, where people want to use the tools that they love and want to work with, and enterprises preventing them, is causing frustration and leading to employees miss productivity and stuff. So enterprises must fix those things. So how does SnapLogic fix those problems? So let's get this into the details of the architecture. So today, like we discussed, the institution's data is scattered across variety of different applications, right? You have your student data in Banner, you have your career tracking in LinkedIn, analytics information in Snowflake, right? Marketing data in Marketer, you name those. Your data is scattered all of these different places. What SnapLogic gives you the ability is to connect to all of these different data sources. SnapLogic provides you with a rich set of certified institutional connectors that gives enterprises the ability to connect to all of these different systems. Now, I would be lying if I say that SnapLogic has got a connector for every single application out in the market. It's practically impossible because with the rise of AI and other things, there are new applications that are being brought up every single day. So what SnapLogic really focuses on is these foundational connectors. So yes, we do have a rich set of certified institutional connectors, but for those which we do not have, we have foundational connectors like REST-based, API-based, database-based, streaming connectors. So given an application, you would now have the ability to connect to any of those different applications. But once connected, we help you build the integration pipelines that helps you movement of the data. We provide you with a single converged platform that brings together a service driven, event driven, and a data driven architecture. And why is this important? Today, when we look into AI perspective, and especially with all the chat agents that's floating around, you need to be able to ask questions that supports real-time integrations or operational integration connecting to your Salesforce or NetSuite or Marketer to get those. But you also need analytical information that does huge computing, processing, data transformations, right, or streaming. Now, the reality is today, institutions have variety of different tools to support each one of those different integration needs. You have a tool for API or an iPaaS based integration. You have a tool for ETL and ELT. You have a tool for streaming. You name those. Now, this fragmentation of integration tool has really impacted the ability for enterprises to realize the true value of AI because now AI has to work across all of these different integration tool sets. Now, this is where SnapLogic has really converged all those integration styles into one single unified platform. So you can focus on data that means business and not have to worry about all these different fragmented integration tools in place. Now, these facilitate or simplify the building of integration pipelines with Integration Copilot, which is what we call as a Snap GPT. The definition of speed and the faster time to market has changed from what it was earlier to what it is today. Earlier, people had to learn the product. Today, the product should learn from you. So we give you an integration copilot where you can have a simple natural language conversation, and SnapLogic would build the entire integrations from simple to complex for your enterprises. We also extend that simplicity by bringing you a cognitive fabric. As part of your integration pipelines, you now have the ability to call external LLMs of your choice to be able to augment intelligence as part of your data movement. So when Joe showcased the demo of him uploading a student's resume, right? SnapLogic pipelines internally was able to call the LLMs and be able to augment intelligence. of it, sentiment analysis, you name those. We give you the cognitive fabric for you to be able to augment intelligence by calling any external LLMs of your choice. So now that we have built integrations, we have simplified building the integrations. The big problem that we are seeing today from enterprises is because a platform like SnapLogic can enable people to build integrations much quicker than ever, people are building integrations left and right. A left hand doesn't know what the right hand is building. The end result being is people are rebuilding those integrations or pipelines which has already been built before. That's because there is a lack of visibility on what assets are already created. This is where SnapLogic provides you with what we call as an asset catalog. Every integration pipeline that is being built inside the SnapLogic platform is now being cataloged. So if a new user were to come in and build an integration to a source, to an application, to a destination, they can come to the asset catalog, search for all the assets that are available, and quickly discover what's present so they can easily start reusing them. The one big challenge that I hear from enterprises is they're constantly looking to modernize their application stack, right? Today they are in one version of CRM, tomorrow they want to get a modern version of CRM. It's not about procuring these applications, it's about what are the underlying pipelines that are connected to these applications? What would be the impact analysis for it? Enterprises are struggling with this. And this is where SnapLogic's asset catalog gives you a complete visibility of not just your pipelines, but what these pipelines are connected to, etc. So you can have a complete impact analysis as well as a simple reusability. So enterprises can build integrations much quicker and faster and deliver the business results in place. So now that these pipelines are built, SnapLogic gives you the ability to get the lineage of those data flowing through those pipelines. With the rise of microservices, with the rise of agentic development, you have decoupled pipelines. No longer people are building monolithic pipelines or a single pipeline, right? Now the big challenge is the data gets transformed, data arrives. But now they want to be able to see what really caused this data to come in this specific format. And this is where SnapLogic out of the box provides you with the lineage capabilities. Every pipeline that you build emits a lineage for that particular of the data from those particular pipelines. So this way, you have the ability to correlate and see exactly what happened to those particular data and what made those data come in this particular format. We export these data lineage in a simple open lineage spec. So thereby giving you the ability to integrate those lineage data with any data cataloging solutions of your choice, whether it's Collibra, Alation, or any open source tools like DataHub in this case. So now that the pipelines are built, the pipelines are provided with lineage ability. On a single click, these pipelines are being exposed as an API and can also be exposed as an MCP layer. So the demo that you saw with Joe using a Claude desktop to ask all those questions was actually using MCP, which was powered by SnapLogic. So the simple integration pipelines that you build or any complex integration pipelines that you build, on a single click, these pipelines can be exposed as an MCP server, making it available for consumption, whether it's by the agents of your choice, like popular assistants like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or the agents that are built within your ecosystem applications like Salesforce, ServiceNow, Workato, Marketo, you name those. Now, one thing that everybody called out as part of the poll was security and governance. He said, yes, Ravi, these AI tools are great, but how does this tool know whether it's Ravi who is accessing it or is Joe who is accessing that particular interface? Because you want to make sure that the right person has got right access to the right data at any given point of time. This is where SnapLogic provides you with the security gateway where any of those MCP servers or the endpoints that are being exposed is wrapped with a security gateway where we provide you with a complete access control, security, and analytics on top of it. So which means when Ravi logs in or accesses it, Ravi is being authenticated. That token or the authorization information is passed down all the way to SnapLogic. SnapLogic receives that, works with the IDP, in this case, identity management provider, to facilitate token exchange, to get the right token, and then it goes to all these backward applications, thereby enforcing a complete trust and security end to end. This is how many enterprises today, finance, healthcare, you name, where data sensitivity or privacy is important, are using SnapLogic because of the security and governance that we provide on top of it. Now that this is provided, like I said, could now be made available to any AI agents of your choice, the popular agents or the agents embedded within your applications, to provide that rich engagement experiences to your stakeholders, whether it's internal or external to your organization. That's a SnapLogic platform that fuels the underlying demo that you just saw, as well as the whole AI powered initiative, enabling enterprises to move from pilots to production in a safe and a secure manner in place.